Bhaktivinoda Samandritam Shri Chaitanya Prabhu Vande Nityananda Sahoditam Shri Nandanandam Vande Shri Radhika Charanatwayam Govijana Samayuta Vrinavana Manoharam Shri Gauranga Nityananda Shri Advaita Chandra Gadadhar Shivasati Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So this is Sunday Satsang, November 30th, 2025. We're reading and discussing a concept or a reality called pure love, which is based on the teachings of a book produced by Sri Satyanarayana Das Babaji Maharaj from Jiva Institute in Vrindavan. The book is titled Love Beyond Love. So there's love in this world that we have some idea about or some experience of. But there's also a spiritual reality, a spiritual realm, a spiritual dimension where there's something called pure love. So these points we'll discuss. In pure love, the primary activity of love is giving. Love is always happy to give, not to take. The pleasure of love is to give. In other words, if you want to get pleasure, the highest pleasure, because generally people are looking for someone to love them. They say, something's missing in my life. I feel some emptiness. I feel some shallowness. I feel some want. I feel some loneliness. I want companionship. I want someone to reciprocate with and enjoy the good times and tolerate the bad times and pass my life with a companion, with a friend, with a soulmate. So the idea of this approach to love is I want someone to love me. But in pure love, you're thinking you actually already have love in your heart. You discovered that this is what self-realization means. To discover that eternal, unlimited love is already existing in my heart. So now I have to find someone to offer my love to. I'm incomplete not because I don't have love. I'm incomplete because I don't have someone to express my love to. So this is a quite opposite conception for the modern idea of love. I need someone to love me. They sing songs. I need someone to love me. But if you ever hear someone say, I'm looking for someone to give my love to, because this is what's going on in the spiritual world and in pure love. In this world, if you have pure spiritual love, you also have that. Because Krishna himself, Bhagavan, God, is also looking for someone to give his love to. He's looking for millions of jivatmas, the millions of atmas to give his love to. That's called prem. When Krishna wants to give love to someone, he gives the love to someone, he gives the love of his heart, he places it in our heart. Now we have the ability received from God to express and distribute and give love back to God and to everyone that we contact. So love means to give, and the real pleasure is in giving, not taking. There's a wedding going on next door today. The warm-up was yesterday, and the day before was pre-warm-up, so it's in constant kirtan. It's right there. That's the wall of the house right there. It's right.
They made a fence here outside.
I don't know what they did, but the house is there. I'm afraid to go outside. I'm hiding from the natives. The natives are restless. Anyway, so they have a phrase in America. We, human beings, it's the relationship between God and human beings. Us, human beings. So human beings, it's their nature to take. Take and forget. That's called ungrateful. We take so much from our mother and father, that after some years we forget about all the things we've taken. We become ungrateful. In fact, we even reject our parents. We don't even care to look after them when they get old. But they say, so human beings' nature is to take and forget. And God's nature is to give, and to forgive, and to forgive. To give, and forgive. So God is giving us everything: air, water, food, house, shelter, digestion, health. Everything is a gift of God. We forget that and don't show our gratitude, what they call Thanksgiving. There was some day, a few days ago, called Thanksgiving. We never show our thanks or appreciation or gratitude for God, because we don't know what pure love is. Pure love means to give, and forgive. But false material love means to take, and forget. Okay, let's see what else here. Here's a question. In pure love, is there anxiety? Yes or no?
Yes.
Why?
Because we are anxious to please the beloved in the best possible way.
You can't define a word by speaking a word. Why is there anxiety in pure love? She said because we're anxious. I mean, anxiety means being anxious. That's not a very clear definition.
We are very
What causes the anxiety in pure love?
eagerness to please the lover more and more and more. Maybe.
There's anxiety in material love. Mother's anxious about her daughter. Her daughter is 15 years old. She says she's going to a dance. She'll be back by 9 p.m. Now it's 12 midnight and the daughter's not home. Sound familiar? Have you ever done that? See, her mother's very anxious, looking out the door, when and where is she, calling on the phone. So, because she's worried about the safety of her daughter. So that's bitter anxiety. Anxiety, yes, but the mother's anxiety, or anyone's anxiety in the material world, is bitter and painful. But anxiety in the spiritual realm is sweet and blissful. So, an example is the dogs are having weddings and everybody's celebrating their different events. You have dogs that out-bark me, or wedding parties that out-shout me. The dogs bark louder than I speak. Wow, that was a good one. Oh. That's a pretty talented dog. Maybe he's trying out for a singing. Guy's pretty good. Put him on India's Got Talent. There's a TV show called India Has Talent. UK has talent. Different countries have talent shows. Different people come and perform some stupid thing, and they get ratings by judges. So the dog is trying out for India's Got Talent. It's a joke. Didn't go over very good. Okay, scratch that one. So, love consists of two things. to feel love and do all our actions in relation to love. If we love Krishna, then we can truly love every human being. Why can we love every human being? Because there's a ray of Krishna, a ray of God inside of everyone. Every single human being is part of God. So we have a natural affinity and attachment and affection for God because He's inside of our heart. We are pure spiritual beings, pure atmas, stuck inside, trapped inside a material body. Why do we feel attraction for a particular person? We discussed this before.
Beauty, Bhagavan, beauty,
We're attracted to the beauty of another person. What else?
wealth,
Money, personality, intelligence, the talent. They may be a talented person. Their bhav, their feelings, their way of dealing with the world, their behavior. These are all attractive things. But the bottom line is that we're attracted to a particle of God inside of that person. Because of the presence of God inside someone, they have some kind of divine attributes. Divine attributes because God is beautiful, God is wealthy, God is talented, God is strong, God has perfect behavior, perfect reciprocation. So when we see any of these godly, divine qualities in a man or a woman, it's natural we become attracted. Because what we're really being attracted to is a particle of God being carried inside that person's mind and heart. In other words, who made that woman beautiful?
Krishna.
God, Krishna. Who made that man handsome and strong? God, Krishna. Who gave there's a verse in Gita, Krishna says, Purusham Nishu, I am the ability in man. So you watch some Olympic performance, some ice skating championship, couples ice skating championship, a man and a woman dancing on ice skates, very artistically and very beautifully. And jumping and catching and spinning and all kinds of amazing acrobatic feats, all on ice skates. So it's amazing, it's astounding. No one can do that in probably the whole world. That's a great ability, that's a great talent. That comes from God. I am the ability of man or woman. I am the intelligence of the intelligent. I am the strength of the strong. I am the beginning, middle, and end of everything. This is Gita, Bhagavad Gita. We feel attraction to someone because there's something of Krishna, something of God in that person. But our consciousness is such that we see the person, we see the talent, the beauty, the knowledge, the power, or whatever, but we don't have the consciousness to see that's God, that's Krishna. We just see the skin, the body, the gender, the designation, the identity, but we don't see the background, the cause of everything. When we start to see the world and other people like this from the godly viewpoint, then we can be united with God, which is the only purpose of human life. No other form of life can have communion with God. Dogs don't have communion. Cats don't have communion. Communion is a word that's used in relation to human beings. Communing with God. They symbolize it in different religions by giving some piece of bread or some drink of wine. You go to church, they call Saturday you confess your sins, and Sunday you go to church and do communion. So you line up in front of the altar, and the priest comes and pours a drop of wine in your mouth and a piece of bread. It's considered to be the body and blood of Jesus or God, something like that. It's their idea of Mahaprasad. So it's like in our temples, you go to a Hindu temple, you go in the front of the temple, and the pujari comes and drops a globulin in your mouth. He comes and drops a sweet ball in your mouth. Or a peanut gajak. Peanuts cooked in gore, sweet sugar, caramelized peanuts. They're right there. Here they are. Keep your eye on them. Keep your eye on them. So that's our idea of prasadam. So then he's saying, to be united and have communion with God is the only purpose of human life. Nothing else can give us happiness. Any other happiness is temporary, limited, and illusion. Okay. Hard to convince a kid of that when he's eating chocolate bar. Child's eating a chocolate bar. What can you tell him? That's your happiness is temporary. Your happiness is illusion. What? Seems pretty real to me. He's just chewing the chocolate and enjoying. But this is the ultimate fact. All of our activities that we do in this world are based on two actions. What are they?
Accept and reject.
Yeah, what's the Sanskrit?
Sankalpa vikalpa.
Sankalpa means accepting. I'm going to take a sankalpa. It's Ekadasi. I'm going to take a sankalpa. Which means I'm accepting to do something. I'm making an affirmation. I'm making a statement of intention. It's sankalpa. I'm going to fast all day to please Krishna because the Shastras say we should fast on Ekadasi 2 days a month. So that's a sankalpa. It means accepting. A vikalpa means rejecting. So we accept people and reject people. We accept food and reject food. We accept a job and reject a job. We accept a car and reject another car. It's all we do. That's all we're doing our whole life. What is the base of acceptance? Something which will satisfy and please me. When I reject something which is not satisfactory. So everything we do, all actions we do with our body, our words, our mind, our intelligence, our body, is done in relation to me, for number one, for my happiness, my satisfaction. But in Bhakti, we do everything. We speak, we eat, we move, we act. All the activities of our body, mind, and senses are done for the satisfaction and pleasure of Krishna, Bhagavan, God. So all our pleasure as a devotee comes from Krishna. There's two ways to attain pleasure. How? Any answers? Two ways you can attain pleasure.
By giving love,
Outside and inside.
by giving love and receiving love.
To get pleasure independently for oneself. And to get pleasure by giving. I'll give you an example. I've traveled around India quite a bit on trains. And sometimes I get on a train, and the train car I'm on, mostly of course Indians. Sometimes there's a lot of foreign person from Europe or America or Russia or somewhere, not an Indian person. So the train stops at a big station for 15 minutes. Everyone gets out and buys potato chips and candy and fruits and salted nuts, any kind of thing they can get. They come back on the train, they eat it. So when a foreign person gets something, he buys some food at the train station, gets on the train, sits on a seat, opens his food and eats it all. From start to finish, he finished it all. Now, an Indian person goes out and buys the same peanuts and the same potato chips. And he comes back and he opens it up. He opens it up and he says, here, there's 6 people sitting on the seat. Berth, it's called berth. There's 6 people. 6 people. So he opens up his peanuts. So here, you take some. You take some, you take some. Oh, take some more. He's not worried. You eat all my peanuts, I don't care. So one person's happiness is independent. My happiness is coming by eating all these peanuts myself. I'm not giving any to anybody else. That's Western mentality. That's independent love, me love. But when you have love for everyone, then you say, I got this food, let me share it. So I have this food, let everyone else eat. If there's anything left, I'll take it. So that's one's called independent pleasure, getting pleasure independently for yourself. And another way to get pleasure is to give pleasure to others. So one will find, if they can break out of the self-centered consciousness, that the practice of giving happiness and pleasure to others is 10 times more than getting pleasure for yourself. Another example. An Indian housewife. Her husband wants to have a party. So he asked his wife, can you cook for 20 people? She said, yes, I can cook for 20 people. So the wife makes a big feast of dinner, big dinner for 20 guests. They come and she serves out the food. She serves everything out because she's a good cook. Everyone eats everything. When everyone leaves, she cleans all the pots and pans, cleans the floor, cleans the whole house, and there's nothing for her to eat. There's not a crumb, there's not a piece of bread, nothing for her to eat. Is she happy? She is in bliss. Because 20 people came to her house, went away with a full belly and a smile on their face. She's so happy. If she ate herself, she would have one-time happiness, my happiness. One time, one X. But by making those 20 people happy and filling them with a delicious meal, she got 20x happiness, 20 times happiness. So where's the more profit? You want $1 profit or $20? So the wife got so much profit by serving and giving. So the bottom line, the conclusion is there's much more pleasure, satisfaction, and happiness by giving love, giving service, giving happiness than by taking it, trying to steal it or get it somehow. About anxiety and love. Krishna's mother, Yashoda, is always in anxiety about Krishna's safety. When love becomes very intense, one becomes very protective of their lover. At the beginning, if someone is spiritually inclined, they want God to protect them. Oh God, please protect me. Please don't let the thieves break into my house. Prabhupada tells an interesting story. There are 2 guys praying at night. It's Amavasya night, dark moon night. One guy's a thief, a robber, a crook. This is Amavasya night. He's going to go out and rob a house and steal jewelry and steal silverware and money, anything he can find in the house. So he's praying, oh God, please help me break into a house and steal. Now another guy is a rich guy, he has a big house with silver plates and silverware and gems and jewels and lots of money. He's also praying to God. Oh God, please protect my house. Don't let any robber break into my house. So how is God going to satisfy both his devotees? The robber is a devotee, the thief is a devotee, and the religious, pious, rich man is also a devotee. So what solution will God make in this situation?
I make the thief rob a house of non-devotee and keep the house of devotee safe.
What do you say? You have a question?
Prabhupada says the one whose desire is stronger.
What'd she say?
The one who is desire is stronger.
One person, there's two answers here. What, any other answers?
You will give such a darshan to someone and they will give up all desires.
That's a really clever answer. There's three different answers, so you can see any question have any answers. One person said, the question was, in case you forgot it and all the laughing and everything, two people are praying to God. One is a thief, and he's praying, God, please help me break into a house and steal. The other guy is a rich guy. He's praying to God, please don't let any robber break into a house and rob me. So the question is, how does God satisfy both of these guys? Because they're both devotees, they're both religious people. The robber is a devotee of God, and the rich man is a devotee of God. So I got three different answers. One answer was, Krishna will give Sakshat Darshan to the robber, and will give up his desire to steal and get liberated. That was an astounding answer. I couldn't think of that answer 1,000 years. Another answer was that person is a really hopeful, positive, bhakta, the first one. The second one is basic logic. The second answer was, the guy that prayed not to get robbed, God will protect him. But then the guy that prayed for a house to rob, God will make an arrangement that he can rob a house of someone who's not a devotee of God. Some atheist, some Gnostic, some agnostic. Now the third answer that we got, what was I forgot? Your answer.
The one who has a stronger...
The third answer was, one who has a stronger desire. If the thief has a stronger desire to rob, then Krishna will fulfill his desire. So whoever has the biggest desire, so Krishna will reciprocate with the robber if his desire to rob is bigger than the rich guy's desire to protect his house. So there were three answers to one question. One answer was, which is pretty astounding, this shows Russian mentality. This shows Russian broad-minded spiritual mentality. Krishna will give Sakshat Darshan to the thief and purify his heart and give mukti.
Wow.
That's Guruji's answer. She Guruji over there. Seki Priya Shiromani. Goswami. Seki Goswami. She has a girlfriend in Russia named Shavinodni Goswami. Brahmaya Goswami. That's Brahmaya Goswami. And Subhadra Goswami, that's back there. These are different ladies in our parampara. Subhadra Goswami, Malika Goswami, Haripriya Goswami, Brahmaya Goswami, Shaminodi Goswami. And now we have a new member of the parampara,
Sakhi Goswami.
Sakhi Goswami. So there you have it. Great answers. I couldn't imagine such answers. That's why it's good to get interactive classes input. You get some astounding answers. Hair-raising answers. Wow. That's a basic way to look at it. Okay, where are we? Okay, I'm trying to figure out where we are here. Now, there's something in our Shastra, our scripture, which says that a devotee of Krishna, Bhagavan, should act in such a way that his or her actions are pleasing and favorable to Krishna or to Bhagavan, to God. So how does one know whether their actions are favorable or pleasing? So the answer is given. Here it is. Because if you're attempting, a devotee means someone who's trying to love God. So there's a peculiarity, there's a speciality, prem vishesh gun, the speciality of prema or love. Prem is conscious, prem is aware, love is conscious. If someone loves someone else, they have an intuitive telepathic connection with their beloved. For example, someone goes to Vrindavan. I don't know about, but I've been thinking of going to Vrindavan and getting a wool chador. So the person goes to Vrindavan to buy spaghetti and tomato paste, because you can't get it in Radhika. So when they're there, they get inspired to go and Ganga Prasad and buy a chador for me. I didn't call them, I never mention anything about it. It's just a thought I had. I said, next time I go to Vrindavan, I'll get one. So the person went there to buy their spaghetti and their organic shampoo and conditioner and their tomato paste. And suddenly they got inspiration. Oh, I should go there and buy each other. So that's the power of love. Love creates intuitive, telepathic mental connection with the beloved. So that's what happens exactly with a bhakta, with a devotee of Krishna bhakta. A Vaishnava or Vaishnavi. They have an intuitive, telepathic connection with Krishna. So they know in their heart, this will be pleasing, will be favorable to Krishna, this will not be. That discrimination power, that power of choice, choosing the right thing and the perfect thing to please and satisfy Bhagavan will come automatically, up in the heart and mind of a Vaishnava or Vaishnavi. Very interesting point. And this is all the workings and movements of love. So when one is far away from love, they never know what to do, they never know how to serve. Like one person has love, but love means bhakti. Love has three forms in spiritual Vaishnavism. One form is bhakti, preliminary love. One form is bhav, love with ecstatic symptoms. One form is prem, love having darshan of the beloved. First you start with bhakti. You learn to love and serve and inspire to love and serve. Then your love expands and you start to feel ecstatic symptoms. Crying, trembling, sweating. And then when your love goes further, then you see your beloved Sakshat Darshan at pure love platform of Prema. You see Krishna. So the same thing in love between man and woman, or woman and woman, man, whatever. It goes through 3 stages. Preliminary stage of loving and serving, and then feeling ecstatic to love and serve, and then seeing your beloved everywhere. So even in a loving exchange, if someone loves someone in this world, they'll see their beloved. What happens? The man goes shopping for groceries. And why there? Because he has a telepathic connection with his wife. He says, I think she's been wanting to get a new sari. She hasn't told me, but I feel it. So now he goes into the store, and when he's picking a sari for his wife, he sees the face of his wife. He sees his wife. He has darshan of his wife in that sari in the store. The lady showing him saris. Well, this one will be good for your wife. Which one for your wife? He said, let me think. Oh, this is my wife. I see my wife. I mean, he's having sakshat darshan of his wife, even in the 3rd stage of material love. So one who hasn't loved someone, they don't understand what I'm talking about. When you love someone, you understand about what I'm saying. So love of God is the same way. First you love and try to serve. And then you get so inspired, you can see service everywhere. Like 5 people come into this temple, and one person will do 20 sevas. One person will not do anything. Because they don't see it. They're not seeing it. Because bhakti hasn't flourished in their heart. When bhakti flourishes in your heart, all you have is 2 eyes. One eye is Guru Seva, one eye is Bhagavan Seva. And you see Seva everywhere in every inch of creation. I'm telling you my practical reality of my own life. Yeah, I laugh sometimes. I look around and see different devotees that come my way. It's very rare to meet someone who's eager, very rare. So if you're in the category of people that don't do seva, that's good. You're in the majority. If you're in the category of devotees that aren't inspired to do seva, you're very good. That's the majority. But if you're in the category of devotees who are going crazy, doing every kind of seva, you're on your way to Krishna very fast. So he's making those kind of points here. I mean, I expanded it a little bit. I can't help that, no. So, because what's the topic at hand? How do you know what you're doing is favorable to Krishna? Because you have intuitive and telepathic connection. Like people often ask me, how do I know my Gurudev is pleased with my seva? I says, he's smiling when you see him? Maybe that means something. How do you know when you're displeased your wife? Doesn't take too much. You come home from work and say hello. First she hasn't talked to you.
Close the door.
Close the door. So there's different ways that they can communicate quite clearly. It's a very nice thing. Intuitive. We have a phrase in English, maybe you have in your own language, called women's intuition. Women's intuition. In Hindi it's called prerna, not prayer or prema. Prerna. Prerna means what? Inspiration. Inspiration. So women have intuition. I'll give you an example. A family plans a trip to Bali. Surfing, swimming, snorkeling, tropical fish, and coral, and all kinds of cool things you'll see over there. So 4 tickets are booked for Mama, Papa, and Baby Bear, and Chota Baby Bear. The kids and the parents. And then everyone's packing, getting in the car. The wife says, I don't feel good. I don't think we should go. My husband said, come on, everything's booked. We can't leave now. No, I don't want to get in my heart, I don't know, everything was okay, but now I don't want to go. Because when she got inspiration, the guy was loading luggage on the plane. The guy in the airport was putting luggage in the bottom of the jet. And one of those suitcases was full of bombs. RDX. Be exact, he was the guy. RDX, some kind of powerful bomb. And somehow the wife could understand that. So then she said, if the husband respects and understands the wife's accuracy, he'll cancel the flight. The flight takes off, 250 people on the plane, and blows up, everyone dies. So that's the power of intuition. Go to Haridas and tell him to 5:30, you go, no. Go to Haridas, tell him, come on, you have class? Yeah, no worries.
I'll tell him.
I mean, I gave a big donation for him. 5:30, only half hour. He can't hear you, he's dancing, got his phone on silent. He's calling and showing her. I said, don't waste your time. His phone's on silent. He's dancing. He's not going to miss out on a block party. Block party right next to the house. Come on, man. There's plenty of free drinks and.
महाराज बोल रहे 5:30 बजे तक बजाने मत बोलो, महाराज ने बहुत बड़ा डोनेशन दिया है.
Oh, he knows that already. Shows a reminder.
तो उसको बोलो जाके, महाराज परेशान हो रहे हैं.
You know what?
महाराज जाके बोलो 5:30 बजे से पहले मत बजाओ. महाराज बोल रहे आवाज आ रहा है बहुत, बंद करने को बोलो. अरे ये शादी वाला बजा रहा है वापिस गाना, बाजू वाला.
You went, you told him?
Yes, good.
He go ahead and tell him.
हाँ तो बंद करने को बोलो.
I told him, he make a call.
Okay. These guys are pretty enthusiastic. If I meet these guys in 10 years, they won't be so enthusiastic as their 10 years of marriage. Now they're about to get married, so they're pretty enthusiastic. But 10 years from now, there won't be any music, no dancing, no firecrackers, no big feast, just crying. Okay, I think that because we don't have half an hour. So we'll end there and we'll continue next week. That's part 4 of Pure Love. Oh, went dead. Get some batteries.